Hello, I'm Nikki Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support us.
CBS Year Spoilers. Hey soap fans, welcome back to the channel. It is a wildly chaotic Thursday afternoon here at the desk, and my coffee went cold about 3 hours ago. But I am still sitting here typing furiously because we have a massive mountain of madness to unpack today. Grab whatever caffeinated beverage you have nearby, because today we are diving so deep into the darkest, most twisted corners of Genoa City that we might need a flashlight to find our way back out. We need to talk about the war that Matt Clark is waging against the Newman family. But here is the thing, it is not just a Matt Clark story. It is the entire foundation of the show right now. And everyone is completely missing the big picture. Because Cane Ashby has spent an entire year quietly building a massive empire in Wisconsin. He hired Holden Novak before anyone even knew Holden was a Winters. And he is standing in Genoa City with the kind of chilling patience that a street-level thug just cannot possess. Matt is the muscle. Matt is the blunt instrument. But Cane is the bank. Cane is the one holding the money. And Genoa City still has not realized that every single fire burning in the town right now is originating from the exact same match. Every disaster looks like an isolated incident, but they are not. They are all connected, because Nick Newman is currently locked in a filthy warehouse in Las Vegas, getting pumped full of opioids like they are party favors. And Mariah Copeland's plea deal is about to be completely ripped apart in a matter of days. And Sally Spectra is sick, pregnant, and absolutely terrified. And Abby and Devin Winters are fighting a public, nasty war. And Phyllis Summers just lost Newman Media to her own daughter's empire. And Victor Newman is so busy destroying his own marriage that he does not even see his power slipping away. And Jack Abbott is sitting at the athletic club planning a fake date with Nikki Newman. It is all noise. It is all a massive distraction. So let's break down the board. Let's look at Nick Newman. Poor, stupid, golden boy Nick. He is stuck in a dusty, disgusting storage unit in the middle of the Las Vegas desert. And Matt Clark is just standing over him, gloating. Matt is literally stuffing fentanyl and cocaine into Nick's pockets. He wants Nick to overdose. He wants Nick to be so high, so completely out of his mind, that he doesn't even remember his own name. Matt wants to break him, mentally and physically. Because Matt hates the Newmans. He hates them for locking him in a cage. He hates them for ruining his life. But Matt is just a con artist. He doesn't have the kind of endless capital required to take down a billionaire family, not on his own. So where is the money coming from? Wisconsin. That is where. A wealthy businessman with a legitimate cover and zero public ties to the Newman family, Cane Ashby. Cane is writing the checks. Cane is funding the trap. Matt drugs Nick. Cane pays the bills. Matt texts Sharon from Nick's stolen phone to lure her into the desert. Cane makes sure the money trail is completely scrubbed. It is the perfect symbiotic relationship. Matt gets his bloody revenge, and Cane gets to watch the Newmans burn. Because Cane wants them to pay for what they did to his marriage. He wants them to pay for everything, and he is doing it without ever getting his own hands dirty. And while Nick is dying on a concrete floor, what is happening back home? Complete and utter chaos. Let's talk about Mariah Copeland. Mariah had a complete psychological break. She kidnapped baby Dominic. It was a tragedy. She was a surrogate who lost her mind, and now she is in a mental health facility. She needs help, but Devin is angry. Devin is rigid. Devin just filed a petition to have her plea deal thrown out. He wants her to go to prison. He wants her locked up behind bars. Abby is furious. Abby is screaming at Devin, telling him he made a massive legal decision without her consent. Abby actually believes hospitalization is the right path, but Devin won't listen. So Sharon and Christine Blair have to step in. They confront Devin. They beg him to drop the petition. Because if he doesn't, Mariah's life is over. And Tessa Porter is just sitting there visiting her wife in a facility, while secretly harboring feelings for Daniel Melody Jr. It is a complete mess. The Winters and Chancellor families are fractured. They are fighting each other instead of looking at the real enemy. And who benefits from a fractured Winters family? Cane Ashby. Because Cane is watching all of this, he is watching them tear each other apart. And then there is Sally Spectra. My heart just breaks for Sally. She didn't go to London. She stayed home because she was sick. But she wasn't just sick, she took a pregnancy test. And it was positive. But Sally is not jumping for joy. She is terrified. She is sitting in her apartment, completely paralyzed by fear. Because Billy Abbott is a walking disaster. Billy is a mess. He is chaotic. He makes terrible decisions. He never listens to anyone, and he has Jill Abbott for a mother. Does Sally really want to tie herself to Jill for the rest of her life? No, absolutely not. And Billy is just oblivious. He is thrilled. He thinks this is great news. He immediately starts planning their future. He wants to be a great dad. But he's completely ignoring the reality of the situation. Sally lost a baby. She lost Ava. The trauma of that loss is still so fresh. And yes, Billy lost Delia. We know that. But it is not the same thing. Sally is terrified of bringing a child into Billy's chaotic world. And she is right to be terrified, because the universe is just cruel to Sally Spectra. Audra Charles is the only one there for her, Audra, the ruthless corporate climber. But Audra has a heart, surprisingly. She brings Sally the test, and she sits with her. And Audra drops a massive bombshell. She tells Sally that years ago, she miscarried Noah Newman's baby, and she never told him. She just carried that pain all by herself, so Audra gets it. She understands the fear, but it doesn't stop the tragedy from coming. Because Sally is going to get into her car in the pouring rain, blinded by the weather and her own tears. And she is going to crash. The car is going to flip. She is going to crawl out before it bursts into flames. And she is going to lose the baby. It is a devastating, horrific loss. And Billy is going to have to live with the guilt. And while Sally is fighting for her life, Phyllis Summers is fighting for her company. Phyllis is a shark, but she just lost Newman Media to her own daughter's empire. Summer is running the show now, and Phyllis is backed into a corner. Summer's corp is under attack. Someone is targeting them. And Lauren Fenmore just stepped up as second in command, right as her husband, Michael Baldwin, is trying to retire. Michael is bored. Lauren is stressed out of her mind. The company is hitting a very dangerous turning point, and Phyllis is desperate. How desperate? Desperate enough to sit down with Victor Newman. Victor is going to offer Phyllis a deal she cannot refuse. And the fact that Phyllis is even sitting at the same table as Victor shows you how bad things have gotten. But Victor is completely blind. He is sitting in his office at Newman Enterprises, not doing any actual work. Just scheming. He is firing warning shots at his enemies. But his real enemy is in Wisconsin. And Victor doesn't even see him. Victor is too busy obsessing over Jack Abbott. Because Jack Abbott is a mess. Jack slept with Patty Williams. Patty, the woman, is unhinged. She is dangerous. And Diane Jenkins Abbott saw right through the whole thing. Diane is furious. She is freezing Jack out. She won't even look at him. So Jack is leaning on Nikki Newman for comfort. They are hanging out at the athletic club, planning fake dates, or maybe real dates. And Diane catches them. Diane walks into the Abbott mansion and catches Jack and Nikki in a very compromising position. And there are not enough pillows in that house to cushion the fall. Diane is so angry that she actually accepts Victor's indecent proposal to team up and destroy Jack. It is madness. But all of this noise, it all leads back to Cane Ashby. Cane didn't just come back to Genoa City for the athletic club. He spent months watching Phyllis put his ex-wife through hell. He watched Lily grieving over Malcolm's terminal diagnosis. He watched from afar, and he planned. He hired Holden Novak. Holden is Malcolm's long-lost son, but Cane hired him before anyone knew that. Which means Cane knew. Cane did his research. He put a Winters on his payroll, and now Holden walks into Cane's office every morning, bringing him coffee and highly sensitive family secrets. Cane has a direct line into the Chancellor Winters empire. And then there is Malcolm. Malcolm is dying. He needs a bone marrow transplant. He flies all the way to California to test Lily's kids, Charlie and Maddie, hoping for a match, but they aren't a match. Do you know who is a match? Cane Ashby. Cane is the only match. But Cane is not a hero. He is a mercenary. He doesn't just offer to save Malcolm's life. He shows up with a legal contract. He demands executive control of Chancellor Winters. He tells Lily, "Give me the company, or your uncle dies." It is the coldest, most ruthless move imaginable. He is holding a man's life hostage for corporate power. And that is the man funding Matt Clark. That is the man paying for the warehouse in Vegas. Matt wants the Newmans dead. Cane wants the Newmans broke. Matt cannot touch the Newmans without Cane's money. Cane cannot cause this much destruction without Matt's psychotic tendencies. It is a match made in hell. Matt drugs Nick. Cane writes the checks. And the entire town of Genoa City is completely oblivious. Let's look at Adam and Chelsea in Vegas. Adam doesn't believe Matt. Matt tells him Nick is dead, but Adam is a gambler. He reads tells. He knows Matt is lying, so Adam threatens to kill him. And Matt just laughs. Matt takes Adam to the warehouse, and what does he do? He hits Adam with a fire extinguisher, knocks him out cold, and locks him in the room with Nick, just traps them both. And Chelsea flies to Vegas to save Adam, but she walks into a hotel room and finds Riza Thompson, Adam's old criminal buddy, and Riza is just smirking. Because Riza and Adam have been kissing. Adam is slipping back into his dark spider persona. And Chelsea is devastated, but honestly, it is karma. It is pure karma for what she did in 2024, when she cheated on Billy with Adam in Baltimore, when she broke Sally's heart. Chelsea is finally getting a taste of her own toxic medicine, but right now, she is trapped. She is stuck in a hotel room with a smug criminal, while the man she loves is locked in a warehouse with a dying brother and a psychopath. And then Sharon arrives. Sharon gets the distress call. She grabs Noah, and they fly straight into the trap. They find the abandoned warehouse. And they walk right in, because they are desperate. And Sharon is going to find Nick. She is going to find him clinging to life. His heart is going to be stopping, and Nick is going to pour his heart out. He is going to tell Sharon how much he regrets everything. How stupid he was. He is going to wish they got back together sooner. He might even propose to her right there on the dirty concrete floor while they wait for the paramedics. It is going to be an absolute tearjerker. But the tragedy is that Cane Ashby paid for that moment. Cane paid for the drugs. Cane paid for the warehouse. Cane paid for the trap. He is sitting 3 states away watching Sharon, Adam, Chelsea, and Noah walk right into a meat grinder. And his name is completely clean. The money trail goes nowhere. He is a ghost. A very rich, very angry ghost. And Victor Newman, the great, legendary Victor Newman. He is failing. He is failing his family. He is so obsessed with punishing Jack Abbott for sleeping with Patty Williams that he doesn't even realize his sons are dying in the desert. He doesn't realize his empire is shrinking. He doesn't realize that a man in Wisconsin is pulling the strings of a psychopath to tear his entire legacy to the ground. Victor is playing checkers while Cane Ashby is playing chess. So what do you guys think about all of this? Do you think Matt Clark is really running this entire operation by himself, or do you see the strings? Do you see Cane Ashby lurking in the shadows, holding the purse strings and laughing at the chaos? Send your wildest, most unhinged theories to Amber at soapopera-magazine.com and we might just feature them right here on the website. Because this story is far from over, and the blood is just starting to spill. And we just have to sit here and watch it all unfold. It is exhausting. It is thrilling. But mostly, it is just exhausting.